The Council of Eternal Harmony had not convened in battle formation for 3,000 years. 3,000 years. And now here I was, Third Observer Krell of the Vaathen Collective, watching my superiors scramble around like hatchlings who'd lost their thermal stones. Hilarious, really. If it weren't so absolutely terrifying. They did what? High Chancellor Vaughaner's head crest flared bright crimson, which, for those keeping track at home, meant she was approximately 2 seconds from either exploding or fainting. Possibly both. Commander Thex cleared his throat, which sounded like gravel in a processing unit. They smiled, Chancellor. The humans smiled. Smiled, Vaughaner repeated slowly, as if the word itself might detonate. We declared total war on their species, activated every fleet from here to the outer reaches, broadcast our intentions across 47 star systems, and they smiled. Yes, Chancellor. Thex pulled up the transmission logs, and there it was, frozen on every screen in the command chamber. The human ambassador, a woman named Victoria Reeves, wearing the kind of smile that made my scales itch. Not a nervous smile. Not a diplomatic smile. The kind of smile a predator wears when dinner walks into the den voluntarily. I should mention something important here. The Vaathen Collective. We are not small-time players. We command 600 worlds, have vaporized entire civilizations for looking at us wrong, and once made a star go supernova just to prove a point about parking violations. We do not get smiled at. We do the smiling. Metaphorically speaking, since our facial structure does not really allow for it, but you understand the concept. Perhaps, suggested diplomatic attaché Rinna, her voice trembling just slightly, they did not understand the translation. Humans are relatively new to galactic politics, after all. Maybe they thought we were inviting them to a sporting event. Thex shook his head, his expression grim. Our linguistic algorithms are flawless. They understood perfectly. In fact, Ambassador Reeves responded verbally. She said, and I quote, "Oh good. We were getting bored." The silence that followed could have suffocated a planet. Bored, Vaughaner whispered. They were getting bored. This required some context, which I suppose I should provide before we get to the really fun parts. You see, humanity had only joined the galactic community about 80 years ago. Standard galactic years, mind you, not their weird Earth rotations. They had been remarkably peaceful during that time. Unnervingly peaceful. They signed every treaty, attended every summit, and never once threatened to atomize anyone's homeworld over trade disputes like normal species do. We had assumed they were simply weak. Pacifists. The kind of civilization that talks big about harmony and understanding while secretly hoping nobody notices they cannot actually fight their way out of a cargo container. We were wrong. So catastrophically, hilariously, earth-shatteringly wrong. The declaration was clear, Vaughaner insisted, though I noticed her crest was now flickering between crimson and pale blue, which meant confusion had joined the fear party happening in her brain. We claimed their colony worlds as collective territory. We demanded their immediate surrender and subjugation. We even threatened to turn their homeworld into a debris field. Standard protocol. They just kept smiling, Thex muttered, pulling up more footage. Look. Here is their military commander, General Marcus Webb. We told him we were mobilizing 300 warships to his sector. On screen, General Webb actually laughed. Then said something that our translators struggled with before settling on. Only 300? Guys, that is adorable. Adorable. He called our fleet adorable. Rinna was now hyperventilating into a respiration unit. This does not make sense. Their military capabilities are documented as minimal. They have, 40 combat vessels? Maybe 50? They focus on exploration and research. They write poetry about starlight. They have a holiday dedicated to being thankful. I interjected, because somebody had to say it, and apparently that somebody was the junior observer everyone usually ignored. That is what they told us they have. Every eye in the chamber turned toward me. 6 different species, all united in their desire to either hear what I had to say or incinerate me for interrupting. Hard to tell which. Explain, Vaughaner demanded. I pulled up my research files, hands trembling slightly. I have been monitoring human entertainment broadcasts. Their fiction. Their historical archives. And Chancellor, I think we have made a terrible mistake. Their fiction? Thex scoffed. You are basing military intelligence on made-up stories? Stories about their past, I corrected. Humans have been at war with themselves for their entire existence. I let that statement hang in the air for exactly 3 seconds, watching it sink into their heads like acid through hull plating. Then I continued, because apparently I had chosen today to either become a hero or get myself executed. They have been fighting each other for 10,000 years. Continuously. With brief intermissions they call peace, which typically last just long enough for them to invent worse weapons, I said, pulling up data files that I had absolutely not been authorized to compile. They have approximately 15,000 words just for different types of killing. They turned physics into weapons, biology into weapons, chemistry into weapons. They even turned their own atmosphere into a weapon once, just to see if they could. Vaughn's crest had gone completely pale now. But they have been so peaceful. So diplomatic. Because they were bored, I said, and yes, I was enjoying this slightly. Sue me. Chancellor, they did not stop fighting because they evolved beyond it. They stopped because they ran out of enemies. They had finally achieved global unity, ventured into space, and found a galaxy full of civilizations that actually followed rules. That negotiated. That used warfare as a last resort rather than a recreational activity. Commander Thex was shaking his head, but I could see doubt creeping into his expression. No species is that violent. It would be evolutionary suicide. Unless violence is their evolutionary advantage, Rinna whispered, her eyes widening. Oh ancestors! What have we done? I pulled up another file. This is from their entertainment database. A film called Independence Day. Another called Starship Troopers. And approximately 4,000 others with similar themes. They make fiction about alien invasions the way we make fiction about courtship rituals. And in every single one, guess who wins? Nobody answered. They did not need to. The smile, Vaughn said quietly, staring at the frozen image of Ambassador Reeves. That was not confidence. That was excitement. Worse, I corrected. That was gratitude. We just gave them exactly what they have been missing for 80 years. Purpose. Direction. An enemy that actually fights back. I paused. We gave them permission to be themselves again. The tactical display chose that moment to start blinking. Urgent notifications. Dozens of them. Then hundreds. Thex stumbled to the console, his face somehow going even paler. That is impossible. Those readings cannot be correct. What is it? Vaughn demanded. Human vessels. Emerging from what our sensors indicate are concealed bases throughout the frontier sectors. Not 40 ships, Chancellor. Not 50. His voice cracked. Current count is approaching 2,000. And they are still coming. 2,000. Warships. Hidden for decades. Just waiting. They knew, Rinna breathed. They knew someone would eventually challenge them. They were hoping someone would. I nodded, pulling up another transmission. The humans were broadcasting now, but not to us. They were broadcasting to each other, on civilian channels, completely unencrypted. Public announcements. A woman named Captain Diana Ortiz, commander of something called the UHSV Retribution, was addressing what appeared to be thousands of crew members. Her speech was being simultaneously broadcast across hundreds of human worlds. All right people, listen up. I know we have all been training for this day, hoping it would never come but preparing like it would be tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is here. Some really stupid aliens just declared war on humanity. Show of hands, who is surprised? Laughter. Actual laughter from thousands of human voices. Yeah, me neither, Ortiz continued, grinning. Here is the situation. The Vaathen Collective thinks they own the galaxy. They think 3,000 years of bullying everyone makes them invincible. They think we are soft because we have been nice. Her grin widened. Let us educate them about the difference between niceness and weakness. All ships, battle stations. Let us remind the galaxy why Earth unified its military before venturing into space. Let us show them what happens when you mistake human patience for human capability. The cheering that followed made my blood run cold. Recall the fleets, Vaathen ordered, her voice barely a whisper. Recall everything. Send unconditional surrender. Immediately. Thex was already working the console. Chancellor, they are not accepting our transmissions. They have blocked our diplomatic channels. What do you mean blocked? They sent a response. It just says, too late. You wanted war. We will give you the most educational war in galactic history. See you soon. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. They declared their intention to annihilate us and wished us a nice day. I stared at the tactical display, watching the human fleet formations move with a precision that spoke of centuries of military doctrine. They were not rushing. They were not aggressive. They were methodical, patient, professional, which somehow made it infinitely worse. For 3,000 years, I said quietly, we had peace because nobody was strong enough to challenge us. I looked at Vaathen, at Thex, at Rinna, at all the panicking officials who had been so confident just hours ago. Turns out we had peace because humanity was taking a nap. And we just set their alarm clock. On every screen, human ships continued appearing. 3,000 now. 4,000. Still climbing. Somewhere in the command center, someone started laughing. The hysterical kind. The kind that happens when reality breaks your brain just a little bit. The 3,000-year piece was over. And the terrifying part? The humans were not angry about our declaration of war. They were thankful.
Hello everyone. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to support our channel. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. We regularly upload amazing, informative, and entertaining content just for you. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to bring even better content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to our growing community.